Listen up, because January 8th could be the day your bank account gets a serious boost. The government just dropped a major announcement about new stimulus checks coming your way, and this isn't the usual run-of-the-mill update. We're talking about real money that could land in the pockets of millions of Americans struggling with rising prices, bills, and the cost of living. If you thought the stimulus story was over, think again. Whether you're receiving Social Security, SSDI, or filed taxes last year, this announcement could unlock benefits you didn't even know were still available. But here's the catch. There are deadlines, eligibility rules, and steps you need to take right now to make sure you don't miss out. In this video, I'll break down exactly what the January 8th update means for you. Who qualifies? How much can you expect? And what do you need to do today to claim your check? Plus, I'll expose the biggest myths swirling online, because when it comes to stimulus checks, misinformation spreads faster than cash. If you want the facts, not the hype, hit that like button and share this video with everyone you know who's waiting on these payments. Let's get you prepared so you can cash in on this opportunity before it slips away. If you've been watching the news, scrolling social media, or just trying to make sense of all the financial updates flying around lately, you know how confusing things can get. Stimulus checks? Aren't those over? Didn't the government stop sending them last year? The answer is, not quite. January 8th marks a turning point, an official update from the government that's shaking things up for a whole lot of people, especially those who rely on Social Security, SSDI, or who have filed taxes recently. This isn't a rerun or recycled relief package. It's a fresh announcement packed with details that could put real money back into pockets struggling to keep up with skyrocketing costs. But here's the thing. Not everyone will automatically get these funds. There are rules, deadlines, and eligibility requirements that many people aren't aware of, and missing those details could mean missing out on thousands of dollars you deserve. So, what exactly is this January 8th update? Why now? And how can you make sure you're not left behind? Let's unpack it in plain English, so by the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of what's coming and what you need to do next. First, let's talk about why this matters so much in 2026. Inflation is still hitting hard. Energy bills are climbing. Grocery prices haven't budged down. For millions of Americans, especially seniors and fixed-income households, those rising costs are a daily squeeze. The government knows this, and while the large stimulus checks of the past few years have slowed, there's still a need to support vulnerable populations. This update is part of that effort. What makes this announcement different is how it targets people already in the system, those receiving Social Security or disability benefits, and also those who recently filed taxes but might not have claimed every available credit or stimulus payment. The government is working to catch people who slipped through the cracks before. If you've ever wondered why you didn't get a check in previous rounds, or why you received less than your neighbors, this could be the moment for correction. There's also an important twist. The government isn't just sending out checks randomly. They're using new data matching systems, updated IRS records, and Social Security info to find people who qualify and get payments to them faster. That means you need to be sure your information is up to date, your filing is correct, and you're aware of any notices coming your way. Now, this might sound overwhelming. That's understandable. The tax code, Social Security rules, and stimulus programs are complicated, sometimes purposely so. But here's the good news. You don't have to navigate it alone. This video will break down the key facts and help you focus on what matters. For example, if you're on Social Security retirement or disability, you might automatically qualify for a stimulus payment depending on your income level. If you haven't filed taxes recently because your income is low, there are options to file a simple return to claim these payments. And if you received a letter from the IRS or Social Security about your eligibility, pay close attention. Those notices often include instructions or deadlines you can't miss. It's also important to address some of the myths swirling around. Some people have heard that stimulus checks are only for low-income workers or families with kids, but that's not the full story. While families with children do qualify for certain credits, many seniors and individuals without dependents also qualify for payments based on their income. The key is knowing exactly where you fit in the eligibility picture. Another myth is that these updates will automatically trigger payments for everyone. The truth is, you need to be proactive. The government has deadlines to meet, and if you don't act by filing required paperwork or verifying your information, you could miss out. That's why paying attention to January 8th and what follows is so critical. So, what should you do right now? First, check your mail and email for any official communications from the IRS or Social Security Administration. Look out for letters or notices with instructions about stimulus payments or tax credits. Next, if you haven't filed your taxes for the last year, consider doing so as soon as possible, especially if you believe you qualify for a credit or stimulus payment. Many low-income Americans don't file simply because they think they don't owe taxes, but filing can unlock valuable benefits. If you're already on Social Security or SSDI, double-check that your bank information and contact details with Social Security are current. Delays or errors in direct deposit info can cause payments to get held up or returned, which means more hassle and wait time for you. One of the biggest obstacles people face is misinformation online. There are countless scams and misleading posts claiming last chance to get stimulus money or free government checks if you click here. Be very cautious about what you click on or share. The only official sources for these payments are the IRS and the Social Security Administration websites, and all legitimate notices will come through mail or your secure online accounts. It's normal to feel overwhelmed or skeptical. After all, stimulus programs have come and gone before, and the rules always seem to change. But this January 8th update is different because it's tied to ongoing economic conditions, government efforts to fill gaps in prior rounds, and expanded data tools that improve targeting. This means the window of opportunity might be limited. The government typically sets deadlines for claiming stimulus payments or tax credits. Missing those deadlines could mean you forfeit the money altogether. That's why staying informed right now isn't just smart, it's necessary. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through step-by-step what you need to check, what paperwork or filings might apply to you, and how to avoid the most common pitfalls. You'll also learn how to verify your eligibility and where to find help if you get stuck. Remember, this is about putting real dollars in your hands, not just theory or politics. Every extra dollar counts when budgets are tight, and stimulus payments have a direct impact on covering essentials like rent, food, medicine, and utilities. So as you watch, keep a pen and paper handy or open a notes app on your phone. You'll want to jot down deadlines, website addresses, and tips that can make this process easier for you. And if you know someone, maybe a parent, grandparent, neighbor, or friend, who might be eligible but unaware of this update, please share this video with them. Stimulus checks aren't just money. They're relief, security, and peace of mind for millions of Americans facing real financial challenges. Now that you know why January 8th is a crucial date, let's get into the details of who qualifies, how to claim, and what steps to take so you don't miss a single dollar. So, who exactly qualifies for this new round of stimulus checks tied to the January 8th update? The answer isn't one size fits all. It largely depends on your income, filing status, and whether you're already receiving government benefits like Social Security or SSDI. Generally, individuals making less than $75,000 a year and couples filing jointly under $150,000 are eligible. But here's where it gets a little more nuanced. This time around, the government is also targeting people who may have missed previous stimulus payments or tax credits. That means if you didn't claim your stimulus check last year or didn't file taxes because you thought you weren't required to, you could still be eligible to claim a payment retroactively. For seniors and people on disability benefits, there's good news. If you receive Social Security retirement, survivors, or disability benefits, you likely qualify automatically if your income falls below the thresholds. You don't need to file a tax return to get this payment, but you must ensure that your information with the Social Security Administration is up to date. The government will use the data they have on file to send your payment directly. If you've changed bank accounts, moved, or updated your contact info recently, now is the time to double-check those details. If you're someone who didn't file taxes in previous years, maybe because your income was low or you didn't think you qualified for refunds, This stimulus update offers an important chance. The IRS allows you to file a simplified tax return to claim any missed stimulus payments or related tax credits. It's a straightforward process, but you want to act quickly because there are deadlines to meet, and the window to claim retroactive payments won't stay open forever. Another key point is the new child tax credit changes that have come along with these updates. If you have children under 17, you could qualify for advance payments or retroactive credits, which add extra money to your monthly benefits or tax refund. This is especially important for families who haven't adjusted their filings or aren't aware that new credits are available for the 2025 tax year. Now, some viewers might be wondering about how and when the payments will arrive. The government is planning to start issuing payments soon after January 8th, using the most recent data they have from Social Security and IRS filings. Most people who qualify and have direct deposit information on file will see funds hit their accounts within days of the announcement. Paper checks and prepaid debit cards will take longer, often several weeks, so patience is key if you're waiting for a mailed payment. Remember, if you don't receive a payment automatically and believe you qualify, you can still claim it when you file your 2025 taxes next year. That way you won't lose out on the money you're owed, but acting sooner rather than later can mean relief arrives faster. With all these moving pieces, it's no surprise that confusion and misinformation spread quickly. Some sources claim the government is offering free money to everyone, which is simply not true. Eligibility depends on income and filing status, and there are income caps to ensure the payments go to people who really need them. Others say that the stimulus checks are guaranteed to continue indefinitely. That's also inaccurate. These payments are part of targeted relief efforts, and whether more come depends on economic conditions and government decisions. So how do you avoid scams and misinformation? First, only trust official sources like the IRS.gov website or Social Security Administration announcements. The government will never ask you to pay money up front to receive your stimulus payment or threaten you with arrest if you don't provide personal information. If you get emails, phone calls, or texts claiming to be from the IRS or Social Security but sound suspicious, don't respond. Report them instead. Another tip: don't rely on social media posts or unverified websites claiming to offer fast stimulus checks. These often lead to phishing scams or identity theft. If you want to check your payment status, use the official IRS Get My Payment tool or the Social Security Administration's website. For those who do qualify, but their payment is delayed, don't panic. Sometimes, payments get held up due to errors in bank information, missing documentation, or verification issues. The best step is to contact the IRS or Social Security directly and confirm your details. Fixing small errors quickly can get your payment back on track. Now let's talk about what you should do right after this video. First, review your most recent tax filing and Social Security statements to ensure your information is current. If you've moved or changed banks recently, update your details immediately. Next, gather any official notices you've received about stimulus payments or tax credits. Those letters often contain deadlines or instructions crucial for claiming your money. If you haven't filed taxes recently, consider getting help from a trusted tax professional or free community resources. Many organizations offer free tax preparation services to seniors and low-income individuals, which can help you file quickly and correctly to claim stimulus payments. Also, keep an eye out for follow-up announcements from the IRS and Social Security over the next few weeks. January 8th is just the starting point. Additional guidance, deadlines, and information will come, and staying informed will ensure you don't miss critical updates. Throughout this process, remember that you're not alone. Millions of Americans are navigating these changes, and sharing accurate information is one of the best ways to help friends and family avoid costly mistakes or scams. Now, why is this January 8th update such a big deal compared to past stimulus rounds? One major difference is the integration of data between Social Security and the IRS, allowing payments to be targeted more precisely to those who qualify but didn't receive checks previously. This reflects a shift in government strategy, from broad stimulus measures to focused relief that aims to fill gaps left by earlier programs. Another difference is the renewed focus on reaching seniors and disabled individuals, who often have fixed incomes and limited ability to absorb inflationary pressures. This means more people on Social Security and SSDI should expect to see payments or notices about eligibility soon. The update also signals that Congress and the Treasury are keeping a close eye on economic conditions and may adjust relief efforts based on how inflation and the job market evolve. While no one can predict exactly what will happen beyond this announcement, the government's commitment to helping vulnerable Americans remains clear. So, what happens if you miss the January 8th deadlines or don't act quickly? You won't lose your chance to claim stimulus money entirely, but you may have to wait until you file your 2025 tax return to receive any credits or payments owed. That delay can mean struggling to cover bills in the short term, so acting now can ease that burden. Before we wrap up, it's important to highlight the emotional impact of these updates. For many families, these payments mean more than just money. They mean security, the ability to pay for groceries, medications, or heating during winter months. The stakes are high, and understanding this update isn't just about paperwork, it's about protecting your well-being. In conclusion, January 8th is a critical date for anyone hoping to benefit from the newest stimulus check update. The government is launching targeted efforts to deliver payments to those who need them most, including many seniors, disabled Americans, and families who may have missed previous rounds. But to take advantage, you must stay informed, act quickly, and beware of misinformation. Keep your information current, file your taxes if needed, watch for official communications, and never trust offers that sound too good to be true. The money is real, but it requires your attention and action. As this story develops, I'll be here to bring you updates, explain what they mean, and help you navigate the process smoothly. If this video helped you understand what's coming and what to do, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps get this important info to others who need it. And if you know someone who might benefit from this update, share it with them. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your financial security. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned because January 8th might just be the start of something that changes your financial outlook in 2026.